Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. It's been a little bit of a while since we've done it live. So, welcome, my friends. As always, if you're here, please kindly say hello in the chat so I know that you're here. As always, please kindly put a like. And as always, if you want to join my Patreon private group where I have all the market updates, my market picks, my coins, and everything that I do basically, the link is here and you are free to join. The link will also be in the description on this video and in the comment section once the live is over. Uh, let's see what's happened in the market lately. We have had a lot of noise in the market. We have had a lot of different narratives and news out there, as expected. As I've been tweeting on Twitter nonstop, as I informed my members on Patreon before that, September is historically a red month. As you saw, some coins, actually all coins have corrected. So nothing surprising about that. We that's what always happens during September. I kept reiterating that the 8 out of 10 last September months crypto have been red and only 2 have been green. So there was an 80% chance that this one would be red too. That there would be a drop in September. So there's been already a drop, albeit not that big. So it would make sense for the drop to be bigger, in my personal opinion, because in the past Septembers, the drops have been indeed bigger. Either way, that is insignificant. The most significant part is that the higher low for Bitcoin is holding, and so far is being respected. As long as the higher low for Bitcoin is respected, bulls own the bullish momentum, and the market structure is intact. If the higher low is lost, then there's a certain accumulation strategy that I follow, and I'm going to follow that accumulation strategy. I'm going to ignore all the noise out there. I'm going to ignore basically, most probably, if that high low does not hold. I expect that the kind of narratives we'll have there is like, people will be saying that this is recession, that this is a great financial crisis. This is a recession. We'll probably be told that this is depression 2.0. Bitcoin will most probably drop very hard because historically, whenever a high low on a macro did not hold, Bitcoin dropped very hard, at least 72% and more. And so it would make sense for Bitcoin to drop hard and probably give us excellent entries. The problem is, if that would happen, is that market cycle would lengthen. So a lot of people would lose interest for sure. And also, in addition to that, people would, of course, be afraid to buy, because whenever we have wonderful buying opportunities in the market, they're always accompanied by very strong and effective fear narratives. The point of these fear narratives being to make sure that retail does not buy or that they sell. So that basically institutional investor who controls these narratives and websites and newspapers and news channels, who basically creates this fear, can buy at the low prices where they want to buy. And they can't do that if tens of millions of people across the world are buying nonstop and ignoring the fear narrative. If they're buying nonstop and there's such strong buying momentum, that means the price is going to go up. And that means that they cannot enter a low and get the entries that they want. So the only way to make sure that they can do that is to scare the retail investor, make sure that they either selling so the price drops, or at least not buying, so that they keep creating fear and making sure that a certain percentage is selling, and there are basically wonderful opportunities to buy. That's the way the market has always worked. That's the way every single speculative market has worked: the stock market, penny stocks, and crypto. What can I tell you? All I can say is that you have to be very patient to have wonderful entries, and you have to be very patient to have wonderful exits. If you are the kind of person that is very emotional and you buy into these narratives, you probably will not be a good investor. It doesn't only work with fear this way. Like, so, whenever basically Bitcoin drops roughly 70, 80, and 90%, historically, we've always had very, very scary narratives. During every single one of these moments, we had the recession narrative that this time is different and we're going to zero, and that Bitcoin is dead and crypto is done for. Every single time. And I've been here for a very long time. There hasn't been a single time that was not the case. That was the narrative, news articles that happened after 70, 80, 90% crashes. So far, every single time, no matter how much time it took for Bitcoin to go back up, and for crypto to pump, every single time those were buying wonderful buying opportunities. And I believe once again that this is the case now. As you well know, my members and I have been buying at those entries. We do not get all our entries, therefore we do not force certain entries, but we have a lot of wonderful entries that we're going to hold no matter what happens. And if the market gives us new lows and further crashes, we will buy once again, ignoring the fear narrative. Now, the narrative also works the same way in the bull market, in the euphoria phase, when everything is pumped very hard. Let's say coins are up 500%, like the worst performers. Let's say coins are doing okay, they are up 1,000, 2,000%. And let's say that the best performers out there are like up 5,000 to 10,000%, maybe even more. This is basically the phase in a cycle where the institutional investor is silently selling, where smart money is selling out of retail, which is a very small percentage, because 80% of retail investors in crypto lose money. So that means that the smart money is only 20%. So, when it's time to sell and you have these wonderful percentages, the narrative is once again produced by websites, news channels, magazines, newspapers, big media outlets that are once again controlled by big institutions. They create a narrative that creates hype, happiness, that basically really wants you to concentrate on the fact that everything is currently green and that everything is up a lot and we're having a wonderful time. Please do not think about the red candles that are coming. So, this coin is up 1,000%, that coin is up 10,000%, Bitcoin is pumping hard, Bitcoin is setting new highs, Ethereum is setting new highs. Oh, we got some wonderful news here, or they partnered with this, or Elon Musk is talking about this coin, or Paris Hilton is talking about that coin, or Lindsay Lohan is sponsoring that coin, or NFTs are everywhere, or Dogecoin is pumping. Your favorite celebrities are talking about crypto. Cristiano Ronaldo is on TV playing football, talking about Binance. You name it. All they want you to think about is the beautiful green candles and how so many celebrities are talking about crypto, household names that you know, that you trust, that you love for whatever reason. Maybe you love the actor, maybe you love the performer for their music, maybe you love the sportsman. All they want you to think of is about how much this household name that you've known for many, many years and therefore trust and find trustworthy is talking about crypto, and how there are green candles everywhere. So the point being of the institutional machine, as they quietly exit and dump on you, they don't want you to know that. They want to make sure that you're holding. So the only way they can guarantee that you hold is by feeding you a wonderful narrative about green candles and wonderful news, basically. Because if they start telling you, well, you know what, guys, actually coins have pumped 1,000 to 10,000%. Buying now is a bad idea. We're selling. You should get out. Imagine the kind of panic that creates. Suddenly, you've seen this happen in crypto nonstop. Suddenly, coins start crashing. In a day, a coin can crash 70, 80%. We're talking about blue chips here, even, right? Others like 30%, 50%. They can't let that happen, right? They can't let that happen because then they don't make money. They don't get their wonderful exits. They don't have time to exit the market. So they just make sure they generate a wonderful, beautiful narrative to silently dump on you. And I personally believe that they have produced this wonderful narrative of buy the dip, which basically a lot of retail has like basically eaten up very well. It's a very popular narrative out there. Buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. I keep saying you should never buy the dip. You should only buy the huge crash. And after that, if you're lucky enough, buy the other huge crash. And also buy after a roughly 85% crash. And if you're able to buy after another, like let's say 70 or 80% crash, buy it once again. Do not buy the dip. I believe the buy the dip narrative was created by the institutional machine for a very simple reason. So let's say, because nobody really knows where that came from, right? It's like I've been in crypto for years, and it's just like out there, this thing that everybody says, where does it originate from? Where's it coming from, right? So anyway, the point is that I'm trying to make is, so let's say, back when Bitcoin was dipping, let's say it broke 20K and it pumped to 30K and 40K and 50K. Everybody was saying buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip, and it was paying off every single time. It pumped, like I said, to 25K, then 30K, then 35K, and then 40K, 45K, 50K, 55K, and you're buying the dip every single time. You're making money. So wonderful. The problem with this is that buying the dip eventually becomes a roughly 90% crash, right? This time Bitcoin crashed nearly 80%, 78%. So that one dip became a huge, massive crash, which is why you don't buy dips. Why did it generate this, right? Well, they basically teach you throughout the cycle that instead of like what we do, right? For example, in my group, after big pumps, we start taking profits and laddering out and setting trading take profits. And if that take profit is hit, we'll fully get out of the market. We do not rotate those profits and we'll wait for massive crashes to buy once again. That's not what the majority does. They've been taught buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. And they've been taught throughout the cycle that buying the dip works. So you're like, oh my God, it works every single time. And you keep buying the dip and you keep buying the dip. And eventually they start exiting the market. And what are you seeing as they start exiting the market? Wonderful green candles, good news, and buy the dip. They're exiting. You're not actually buying the dip, you're buying the crash, but you don't know that. Because now after 60K and 65K and basically 70K, in the case of Bitcoin, 69K, that 10% or 20% or 30% or 40% dip is no longer a dip. It's actually that 80% crash that we had where Bitcoin crashed from 69K to roughly 15K, right? So buying the dip does not work. You have to be very, very aware of that. Never buy the dip. Same thing that I'm trying to say is what's going to happen if we get new lows. I want to make sure, for example, if you're not my Patreon member, I highly suggest you become my Patreon member. If there are any Patreon members here, guys, say hello and let me know. Like let the chat know. Would you recommend that the people join? Because from what I've been told by my Patreon members in the DMs is that I've changed the mindset of many people out there, right? It's very simple, straightforward things that nobody really notices or talks about that they now know, right? So the thing that I talk about, right, is that you just wait for massive crashes, you dollar cost average at new lows, you diversify into different coins with different narratives, you ignore all the noise and fear, and you hold the wonderful entries that you got no matter what happens to you. Even if there's I don't know, God forbid, a nuclear apocalypse, I don't know, it's the end of the world, you hold your coins no matter what happens. You don't get shaken out after you bought, after huge crashes. If that's the case, you hold. You wait for higher highs and higher lows to be built. You wait for coins to reach the euphoria stage. You start selling. Many coins don't hit the expected price targets, and you still get out on wonderful profits because you have trailing take profits. You outperform the majority of the market and make life-changing money, right? You ignore all the wonderful news. Once the market has recovered and pumped hard, you ignore the green candles because it's very important to remember very simple things, right? That every single bull market comes to an end and every single bear market comes to an end. Every single recession and even the Great Depression came to an end, right? Every single period and phase in the market comes to an end. All you have to do is be patient and have a strategy that makes sure that you buy after huge crashes and sell after big pumps without trying to catch the bottom, without trying to sell the top, because you will never be able to do that consistently. As long as you're realistic and your only goal is to buy low and sell high, and preferably buy very low and sell very high, you're going to do exceptionally well. As long as you understand that you're not going to get perfection, as long as you understand that you're going to have to be patient, and as long as you understand that uh, you, that you have to have like these safety mechanisms, like trading take profits. As long as you understand simple things like that, buying a coin after a roughly 90% crash is a wonderful entry, right? But what if that coin is not a good investment? That's why you diversify, because some coins are going to do very, very well, and other coins are going to go to zero, and we don't know which coin is going to do what, because there's no perfect measurement to predict what a coin is going to do. You can buy many coins for many different reasons, and that's exactly why you should buy many different coins for many different reasons. And then only in euphoria phase, when the market, once coins have delivered, we will see which coins have delivered, which have done okay, and which have underperformed. Only then we will know, and then only then it will seem evident, right? All we know right now, because nobody can predict the future, is that so far, every single time, percentage is my number one favorite metric, works the best. If time frames are applicable to those percentages and they align, then that's the best combo. The rest is just a bunch of nonsense, really. All those elite wave counts, all the fibs, all the trend lines, vertical, horizontal, supports, and all that stuff, it's all a bunch of nonsense, right? It really is a bunch of nonsense. The only thing that we know that works very well is percentages, and rough estimates and patience. So yeah, all I can say, my friends, is that make sure that you're aware of that. Also, by the way, I just literally, like, before I started this live, published a market update on Patreon. If you're not a patron member, literally go join. It's only $5 just to make sure that every single person in this world can afford it. Go join the Patreon, read the market update, and I hope I'll be able to change your mind, show you how I make money in this market, and hopefully you will get there too. I'm pretty sure you will if you follow the rules and what's being said there. Uh, what else can I say? What else can I say? What I can also say is that in regards to XRP, as you well know, uh, I look forward to swing trading XRP. XRP, the currently the XRP that I have that I bought at much lower prices than now. I'm holding that XRP. I'm not selling it. I'm not, but at the same time, I'm not buying an XRP. So there are many coins where that I'm currently not buying or selling because the prices are not high enough to sell and they're not low enough to buy. If the market gives us great entries, we're going to swing trade XRP, and we're going to be swing trading XRP every single time, anywhere from for 50 to 100 to 150% profits, depending on momentum. Like I promised, I'm going to take 30 to 50K, and I'm going to be swing trading that to 500,000 basically in the coming 2 or 3 years, basically by the end of this market cycle, or maybe a little bit even more, right? And this is going to be done live, and the Patreon members will have access to that. People are asking me when are we going to do that. I keep reiterating, we're only going to do that if we get the entries that I mentioned earlier on, if we get wonderful entries. The problem with why many people mess up trades is because they want entries so badly that they force entries. They don't let the trade come to them. They force the trade. Now, since they force the trade, they have a poor entry. Now the trade is not going to do well. You're most likely going to lose money. That's the number one problem with traders also, just like investments. Lack of patience, lack of discipline, lack of control over your emotions. So, fear of missing out, right? Like, what if XRP doesn't go to those prices? For goodness sake, we have more than enough wonderful entries. We're going to make money either way. If XRP doesn't go to those entries, it doesn't go lower, doesn't give us the entries that we want. We have more than enough wonderful entries that we bought much lower that are going to perform very well in the euphoria phase of the cycle, right? All we have to do is be patient. So what if you can't get all the money in the world? But if we are going to swing trade, I do repeat once again, my friends, it's only going to happen if we get great entries. And that's the only way to maximize your chances of getting very good ROI and a great return by getting great entries. So if XRP goes lower and gives us great entries, we will swing trade it. If it doesn't, we're going to make a lot of money off our investments either way. We cannot be greedy. We cannot want, the fact that everybody wants to make all the money in the world ruins a lot of trades, ruins a lot of investments. You go with the system, right? I always go with my rules, and that's why I guess I'm doing okay in this market and doing well. All the Patreon members, my friends, also, please kindly make sure that you go read the market update that was just published just recently. So yeah, that's that, my friends. Please kind of put a like while you're here. I think I've mentioned everything I can possibly mention in live without delving into too much details. If you want the details, become a member, you'll get the details. So yeah, let's see what you're saying, my friends. Let's see what you're saying. Dom is saying, hey, Rob, finally made the live stream. Dom, good to see you here, brother. Thank you for joining. My friend, International Crypto Asset Ninja, is here saying, good evening, my dear friend. Great to see you, brother. International Crypto Asset Ninja, good to see you too. Thank you for joining. Sergio Azevedo saying, hello, Rob. Have a nice day. Thank you, brother. Have a good day too. International Crypto Asset Ninja saying, waiting patiently for entries, knowing that there are other cool, educated people going to be millionaires in coming years feels fabulous. Absolutely, my friend. Absolutely. We have to be patient. We have to follow the plan. We have to follow the entries without forcing entries. We already have wonderful entries, and if we get more entries, they have to be great, only at new lows. Those are the rules. Once we start deviating from the rules, we start having problems, which we're not going to do. We'll stick to the rules. Awesome is saying, hi, Rob. Good morning from the US. I'm at my 9 to 5. Awesome. Hello there, brother. I hope that in this cycle you get to quit your 9 to 5, Thomas Horton is here saying, good morning, Rob. Wishing good health to you and your family. Thomas, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Always good to see you here. Roger Vision is saying, hi, Rob. Member here on the way home from Geneva today. Roger, good to see you here, brother. I remember you. And I hope you're having a good time in Geneva. I love Switzerland. Sending my love. And is saying, Rob, do you think Flare and SGP are worth getting? I personally do not invest into those coins. Doesn't mean that those coins will not perform well. No, they can perhaps perform well. But to answer your question, I'm not in those coins. So that means that basically it doesn't matter what I'm going to tell you. My strategy and what I do, my deeds speak for themselves. So my deeds speak for themselves, and then my deeds say that it looks like I think that they're not worth getting into. Ismaila Mohammed is saying, hi, Rob. How are you doing? More health and happiness to you. Ismaila, thank you, my friend. I really appreciate it. Please kind of put a like while you're here, friends. Mark C is saying, hey, Rob, what advice would you give to new people to crypto not wanting to miss this next bull run, as they might not get your low entries, but there's still a long way up to come for most coins? Mark C, wonderful question, brother. Thank you for that question, Mark. What I would say is, check the charts and check which coins are still down roughly. Okay, for example, first of all, I'll say that with the current prices for Bitcoin, that you missed great entries. For Ethereum, you missed great entries, and for XRP, you missed great entries. Those coins, we want all those coins significantly lower, and our entries for these coins are even lower than that. What I would suggest is look at the coins that are still down roughly 85 to 99%, and dollar cost average into those coins at new lows and diversify into them with equal amounts of money without favoring one coin over another. Of course, make sure you don't put as much money into a small cap as you do into a blue chip. And same thing goes with the mid cap. Make sure you don't put as much money as you do into mid cap as you did into a blue chip. So you can put more money to blue chip, less into a mid cap, and much less into a small cap. I would also say, if you can afford it, definitely join my Patreon. It's literally $5. Get the Millionaire spreadsheet. The Millionaire spreadsheet is basically a Word document that tells exactly all the coins that I'm diversified into. I've done heavy research on all those coins. I've done all the GTA, fractals, all that good stuff for you, basically. I've done the job. It gives you an entry, several different entries for every single coin. And so basically, you know when to enter, with what percentage of your portfolio, whatever amount you basically allocated to invest into crypto. It also shows you, like in brackets there, it says if the entry has been bought, and so you will know when to buy. Also, you'll know when to sell. The targets are there. At the same time, once we get to the Euphoria phase, like I said, trillion take profits will be added to every single coin. And as the coins keep popping higher, every single trillion take profit will be adjusted higher and higher and higher as the coins pump, to make sure that once basically we transition to the bear market, whatever happens, we exit the market with great profits either way. I would say basically diversify and dollar cost average at new lows, and be patient. I would say be realistic about your expectations. Do not force entries on the coins that you missed out on. If you're currently new and you're just joining the market, you're a late market participant with some of the coins. You're late to Bitcoin. You should not be buying Bitcoin after it bounced roughly 100% from the bottom. Same with Ethereum. Look at basic risk reward. If let's say if you bought when Bitcoin bounced to like 30K, it was up already like 100% for 15K. For you to get the same ROI, it means that Bitcoin would have to go to 60K. Bitcoin is not going to 60K anytime soon. So, I would say be realistic, get educated, be patient, and diversify. Once again, diversify into different coins with different utility narratives, diversify into some AI, gaming, privacy, exchange coins, NFT related coins, cross-border payment coins, basically all the narratives out there. Get a lot of different coins, right? Make sure that you really spread your tentacles. Also, if you can, if you can afford it, definitely I would say get the $99 tier. On my Patreon, there are many coins in there that are currently in a great accumulation zone. There are coins out there that are currently down 95 to 99%. Some of these coins are going to pump exceptionally well in Euphoria phase. I truly believe that some of these coins are going to deliver 50 to 100x profits. You have trailing take profit and take profits in general for every single coin. So I would definitely say if you can afford to throw small amounts of money at these coins, definitely get some of these coins, because unlike the millionaire spreadsheet, where some coins are already out of the accumulation phase, like Bitcoin and Ethereum, for example, these coins are still in the accumulation phase. So you would not be buying after huge bounces or pumps. You would be buying before they have moved. It's very important to buy these coins before they move, and it's very important to sell them before they start dumping. So the problem is, though, that very often, for example, like Doge in the last cycle, once the coin is down a lot, like 99%, every single coin is proclaimed dead. Yes, a lot of them die and never come back, but also a lot of them come back and pump hard. And let's say even if you have 20 coins and 10 of them go to zero, the other 10 pump well or hard, you still make a lot of money, statistically speaking. So, I would say look at coins there, do your research and diversify basically on coins that are down a lot, because risk reward is in your favor if they're down a lot. If they have already pumped and bounced well, risk reward is not in your favor, because some of these coins are up 500 to 1,000%. So don't be used as exit liquidity. Ismail Mohammed, do you think we'll go to all-time high next year? 2024, no. I don't think that in 2024 we'll go to all-time high, my friend. Thundercat, peace, Rob. Thanks for breaking down the psychology of the market. Got to build emotional discipline in a market trading fear and greed, right? Absolutely, my friend. Absolutely. You got to be very patient. You got to be very disciplined, and you got to kind of think straight in this market, because there's so much noise. There's just so much stuff muddying the water that you kind of get lost in it. Also, once again, guys, one thing that I want to mention: if you want to swing trade XRP with me, right, you got to be patient for the entries. You got to be patient for the entries. If you've been holding, for example, XRP for a very long time and you haven't made a lot of money, why keep repeating the same thing that you've been doing, right? Like, don't just throw all your money into XRP or any other coin out there. Don't just, keep doing that, because you already have enough, right? You already have money that if the coin pumps hard, you're going to make money. So that's that. If a coin pumps hard, you're going to make money. So just let it be already. Set some money aside and wait to do the opposite. Treat it in a way that basically, what if it doesn't pump hard? What if it dumps hard? Then I get to make money. Why not be in a position where you get to make money with whatever the market does? And the peak euphoria phase is not coming anytime soon. So you might as well make money before peak euphoria phase comes. So just be patient, my friends. Aaron Higared is saying member. Aaron, great to have a member here, brother. Thank you for joining. Philip Fickle saying that he's a member of the Patreon, and he's saying that he's saying I recommend it. Keeps you level headed and great entries. Philip, thank you, brother. I really appreciate it. Crypto Thundercat is a member. Good to have you here, brothers. Good to have so many members here. Whoa, what just happened to chat? Abdel Bakus, good morning. How are you, brother? Air Force Dave. Oh, Air Force Dave is here. Dave, it's been a while since I've seen you. Like, how are you? It's really good to see you. Like, I haven't seen you in such a while. Where you been? Air Force Dave is saying, love you, brother. Thank you. Cheers from Washington, D.C. Do you still roll or train BJJ? Take care, Rob. Thank you very much, my friend. Sending my love to you, too. No, I've stopped like, my entire life. As you know, I've been doing combat sports. And, I'm pretty sure that if God forbid something happens to me, I'll be able to control 90% of the situations. Like I said, I've been doing it my entire life pretty much. But like the last year and a half, maybe two now, I've stopped because, with a kid, with a family, it's a little bit more challenging, but I'll get back to it. Currently, I don't do it, but I will get back to it because it's kind of like a part of me, I have to get back to it. Ismail Mohammed is saying, yeah, I'm a patron member. The best update you can get from Rob, plus million spreadsheet and the $99 here. Ismail Mohammed, thank you, my friend. I appreciate the kind word. Thank you. Crypto Thundercat is saying, game-changing move, even if you're late to this market, in my opinion. Crypto Thundercat, thank you, brother. Mysterian Blade is saying, "Hi, good afternoon, Rob. How is your health? Are you okay, brother? Good to have you here. Or thank you for your wonderful question. Yes, I'm well. The problem was with my little princess, but she's well too. She's been discharged from the hospital after being treated. Everything is well. I'm very happy. That's why I was away for a while. You guys probably may noticed that my engagement hasn't been as high, that I haven't been on YouTube or Twitter much, or maybe lagging answering DMs. Is because basically for like 5 days I had sleepless nights and all that. When your child is sick, it's quite hectic. So everything is well now, though. Thank you. Mark Rubicek is saying, isn't dollar cost averaging the same as buying the dip? No, Mark, very different, two very different things. Because buying the dip, first of all, they're two completely different things, right? You just, like you see, Mark, let's go with this. Your question is a little bit wrong, right? So first of all, I keep saying that dollar cost averaging works if done right, and I keep saying that you should never buy the dip. So you don't buy the dip, one, to answer that part of your question. The other thing is that dollar cost averaging on itself is a great thing, but then it depends, like, what is your method, right? A lot of what people do is random dollar cost averaging. So let's say Bitcoin crash from 69K to 60K you buy, to 50K you buy, 40K you buy, 30K you buy, 20K you buy, and then 10K you buy. Terrible way to dollar cost average. The right way to dollar cost average is buying Bitcoin after roughly 70% crash, 80% crash, and 90% crash, right? That's called buying after huge crashes and dollar cost averaging. And it's also called only buying at new lows. And also you buy with equal amounts of money to bring down your average. Because if you bought, let's say, a 30K with $10,000, and then you buy only with 1K at $20,000, first of all, you shouldn't be buying at 30K. Sorry. If you bought at 20K with $10,000 and you buy with 1K at, let's say, $10,000 or $15,000, you're not bringing down your average a lot. But if you bought, let's say, with 3K at $20,000, with 3K at $15,000, and with 3K at $10,000 and 3K at $5,000, for instance, right? You really brought down your average, which means basically that you followed all the rules, buying only after huge crashes, buying only at new lows, buying with equal amounts of money. So yeah, you see, very simple things, but it's not something that people know, not something that people follow, because during, for example, peak Euphoria phase, everybody always doubts that coins are going to dump. You always have the same narrative that nothing is going to crash. Utility and institutional adoption is going to save the day. So, when we're around 60, 65, and 55K Bitcoin, when I was selling and laddering out of the market, taking profits, people were telling me that we're going to 150K, that all these institutions are pouring in, and that I'm selling too early, and that I'm basically an idiot, that the market is not about to crash, that Bitcoin is not about to crash 70, 80, and 90% on average. And I kept saying that, I don't know, I think it is, based on percentages, based on the time frame. That's why I'm selling. I think that we're like, even if it goes to $85,000 for me, doesn't matter. I'm not trying to chase the top. I'm pretty sure it's going to happen because it's happened every single time. I believe that this narrative that's being pushed to you by institutions about institutional adoption is being pushed for the reason that they're dumping on you. So make sure that you start laddering out of the market. And people were doubting that it's going to happen. Very simple, straightforward things, right? But it did happen. We got our entries after roughly 70% crash, roughly 80% crash. We did not get the roughly 90% crash, but the rules say that the money that you have on the side is not forced. So you're either going to miss out with that money, or you're going to get your 90% crash entry roughly. As it states in the Millionaire spreadsheet, it starts with the words that you have roughly 400 days to put together. Well, at least 10K. It depends on the size of your portfolio, but at least 10K preferably, so you can follow the strategy. 1 year is more than enough, and it took 376 days this time around for Bitcoin to crash roughly 80% from 69K to 15K, right? So there you go, nearly 400 days, roughly 80% crash, and that's that. You follow the plan. As simple as that, brother. Relax. Are you only in crypto? Do you have any other businesses? Relax. I am 100% crypto, my friend. 100% crypto, retired, and yeah, full-time crypto. Bill Funk is saying, what do you think about VChain? I think VChain is a coin that you should diversify and dollar cost average into. And it's in my spreadsheet. I have my method and the strategy of how I accumulate VET. And that's the way I think it should be accumulated. Digital Citizen, aka Chris, is saying, good morning to you, Rob. Good morning, Digital Citizen, brother. Please kind of put a like while you're here, my friends. Relax is saying, what do you think of Sol, ADA, and Gala? Those are the coins I'm looking into at the moment. I am only an XRP. Relax, brother. As I keep reiterating to every single person who's all in on any coin, be it Bitcoin, Ethereum, XLM, XRP, Doge, I don't know, basically you name it, whatever coin it is. I always keep saying that you should never be in one coin. And you should never have the majority of your portfolio in one coin, and you should never have half of your portfolio in one coin. The reason being, for example, I'll give you a perfect example. Statistically speaking, this is a fact that you cannot argue about. Of course, you can just shut your ears right now and choose not to hear me, but I'm just going to tell you a fact that I would prefer that you're aware of. You know that about 80% of coins that were in the top 100 from from 2016, somewhere around then, are no longer in the top 100. And back in my first cycle, in roughly 2016, the number one thing that was really trending and which kind of created the speculative momentum and hype for people to buy was based on utility and use cases, right? So the overwhelming majority of those coins in the top 100 were there backed by nice utility and use case stories. All these coins are now either in the top 200, 300, 500, 1,000, or 2,000 in the coin market cap. Majority of them are dead and are never coming back. They have been delisted from exchanges. You have never heard of them if you're a newcomer to this market. You have never heard of them even if you were here in 2020 or 2021 or probably even 2019. Only OGs have heard about these coins. And the point I'm trying to make is that I was present during that time, and you had so many maximalists of these coins. So many people out there were all into any coin that was like in the top 100. Yeah, so many. Some of these coins stuck around, like Litecoin, XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and others, right? But the majority is no longer there. But the maximalists were really there. Bitcoin Cash is still there, I believe, right? Basically all that stuff. But there were so many maximalists of these coins saying that they're all in on this coin, and this coin is going to change the world, and it's different, and it's not going to crash, and it's going to pump to the moon. That in 2023 and 2024, we're currently in 2023, so let's say 2023, this coin is going to be worth, I don't know, $500. It's now at zero. It's gone. It's never coming back, right? So what I'm trying to say is that's the reason why you should never be owning one coin, no matter how wonderful it seems. Remember what happened with XRP. I have a lot of XRP. I believe the XRP is going to do well in the Euphoria stage of this cycle, when basically the market pumps and XRP pumps with it. That does not change the fact that I'm never going to put all my money to XRP or Bitcoin or XLM or Doge. I'm never putting all my money into one coin, or even half of my money into one coin, or even 20% of my portfolio into one coin, simply because it's very poor risk management. Overnight, anything can happen. Like basically with that SEC lawsuit, when XRP before the lawsuit hit was outperforming Ethereum and Bitcoin, delivering bigger ROI in a shorter time frame, as always, it has done historically. Then you wake up one day, it's down over 50%. In 3 days, it's down roughly 75% or something due to the SEC news. And while everything is setting higher highs and higher lows and new highs and pumping very hard, XRP is getting delisted. People from the XRP community are fleeing, buying ADA, pumping ADA to the moon. So XRP maximalists miss out while everybody's making money. It only pumps 2,000%, which of course 2,000% is good. I agree, but my point is it was supposed to pump harder than Ethereum. Ethereum pumped roughly 5,000%, and Bitcoin pumped 2,000%. So it pumped as much as Bitcoin. That's not what XRP was supposed to do. Historically, it pumps more than Ethereum and Bitcoin. So historically, Ethereum pumps more than Bitcoin. That's what happened. Bitcoin pumped 2,000%, Ethereum pumped more than Bitcoin, roughly 5,000%, and XRP was supposed to pump more than Ethereum, more than 5,000%, but it didn't because of what SEC did, right? But you see now people who are not, uh, who weren't XRP maximalists, but let's say they bought XRP, they bought Ethereum, they bought some Doge, you know, they bought some ADA, they bought some VET. They did not miss out. And also, let's say if some of their coins did not perform well or underperform, they did not miss out because, for example, if you had both, let's say XRP and ADA in your portfolio, when many people from the XRP community start flocking into ADA, your ADA bag is pumping. So now it doesn't matter if XRP isn't pumping because your other coin is pumping. And that's why it's so important to make sure that you don't favor one coin over another coin. And that's why it's so important to make sure that you diversify into blue chips with equal amounts of money, to mid caps with equal amounts of money, to small caps with equal amounts of money without favoring one coin over another. Because then it truly doesn't matter which coin delivers. Because some coins are going to deliver and some coins are not going to deliver. So it no longer matters which one does what, because statistically and mathematically, you do well, your portfolio does well. Relax is saying, oh yeah, I got into XRP at 15 to 20 cents. Beautiful entries. I myself bought the majority of my XRP at 15 cents, had to wait a very long time. You know, I was waiting for roughly like $3 and like $2.80 for it to drop to 15 cents. Loaded up heavily there. Most of my entries are in the 15 cent to the 19 cent range. Some wonderful entries. Well done, brother. Relax is saying, I want to say it's a terrible time to buy since all-time high was $3 and last major pump was around $1. But relax, all-time high was nearly at $4. So the all-time high for XRP is $3.84. That's a lot closer to $4 and $3, right? If we're simply looking at rounding up or down. Is it a terrible time to buy XRP? No, it's not a terrible time. It's just that I have rules. I bought XRP even in this cycle at much lower prices, like at 35 cents. And if I'm to buy again, my rule is that I buy at new lows in every cycle, and that every entry has to be better than the last entry. Currently, it's higher, so it's not a better entry. I follow my rules, brother. Butthead Freely is saying, hello, brother. Butthead Freely, hello there. How are you doing? Mark C is saying, yeah, I have the spreadsheet, and it's fantastic. I was thinking of new people that want to get in. That's why I asked the question. Great answer. Many thanks. Mark C. Great question, and thank you for the compliment, my friend. Thank you very much for speaking highly of the spreadsheet. Digital Citizen, aka Chris, is saying, would you consider writing a brief summary on what you like about the coins in the Millionaire spreadsheet, as you did for at least one? Digital Citizen, aka Chris, yes, my friend. Why not? Why not? I can do that if that's basically what a lot of members want. I can explain why I picked out these coins. The main reason why I picked out these coins, if I'm to answer briefly right now, is mainly based on percentages and fractals. Very often, when I buy a coin, right, I compare the fractal of that coin to coins that have pumped hard before, right? So if I see that a lot of different coins that have pumped hard in the past, and I see that the fractals are more or less the same, and I see that the setup for this coin that I like, due to many reasons I'm not going to name here, but if you're a $99 tier, you know how to pick out coins. So let's see, that aligns also with the fractal. And I like the fact that it's down a lot. I like the fact that the ROI looks fantastic. When it goes up, I like the fact, how can I say it without spilling the beans? Like community related stuff, use case utility related stuff, the coverage and attention that it gets. If all these things come together, it goes into the Millionaire spreadsheet. And I keep reiterating though, right, my friends? If you can get the $99 tier, there are currently coins in there. They are down 95 to 99%. They're in accumulation zone. And I highly suggest that you buy some of these coins. Throw small amounts of money. You don't need to throw big amounts of money, even mid-size. Throw small amounts of money at these coins because some of these coins are in the accumulation phase, unlike some coins that are out of the accumulation phase, like in the Millionaire spreadsheet, or like the entries that you can't get. Because the rule was we don't force entries, right? Um, but yeah, coming back to this, yes, absolutely, my friends. If that's something that you want me to do, I can talk about that. But digital citizen brother, which coin are you referring to? That which coin did I do that for? Because I believe I only done that for the $99 tier, as every single coin there has a separate post explaining why I bought that coin. And is saying, do you think VT is a good entry right now? And once again, I have a method of how I accumulate VT. Get the ammonia spreadsheet for $5, brother, and you'll see how I accumulated and what entries I think are good and which have been executed. Menzan Guest House is saying, happy to see you again, Sir Rob. Thanks for all your efforts. Menzan, thank you for joining. I appreciate your time. Dan KO saying, hi, Rob. Great to catch your live stream again from Perth, Western Australia. Thanks for all the great advice. Dan, cheers, brother. Thank you for joining. Luciano Limani, hey there. How are you doing, brother? George Robinson saying, is CSPR on your radar? George, to answer your question, yes, it is on my radar. Yes. George Robinson is saying, glad to hear your daughter is doing better. I'm sorry you had to go through that, my friend. George, thank you, brother. It is an unpleasant experience, but it's part of life. Children get sick. Thank goodness my princess as well. I love what doctors did. I'm very appreciative of what all the staff did. They were very friendly, professional, and nice. They did a great job. So yeah, and my baby's back home safe. So. International Crypto Asset Ninja saying, sorry to hear about your baby. Glad that she's better now. Let's give a like, appreciate Rob for his commitment to always showing up here no matter what. International Crypto Asset Ninja, thank you for your beautiful, kind words, brother. I appreciate it. And yes, please kind of put a like while you're here, my friends. Paulo Ciabra, hello there. How are you doing? And it's saying, love the Patreon. Did you say it was only $5 now? And yes, the Millionaire spreadsheet, where you basically have the Millionaire spreadsheet and where you have most market updates, is only $5. Yeah, it always has been, brother. Digital Citizen, aka Chris, is saying, "Oh my God, that was a really, really good answer. Thank you, Rob. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. I really, really appreciate it." And is saying, yes, thanks for staying consistent. Thank you, Evan, brother. I appreciate it. All right, my friends. I usually try to stick to 30 minutes, but it's been already 48 minutes. We're 48 minutes into this live. I hope to catch you in the next live. Let's see if we can do one tomorrow. Once again, if you remember, go read the market update, please kindly, my friends. If you're a member, send me a DM if you have any questions. Please put a like while you're here. I really appreciate your time. Thank you for joining. Time is the most precious commodity in life. Thank you for your kind wishes and kind words in regards to my daughter. Wish you all well, my friends. Be patient, stick to the rules, and let's wait and let the market develop. Members, please go read the market update, my friends, and let me know if you have any questions. Send me a DM. Love you all, guys. Bye bye.